There's a stamp there from Congress. It's Annie M. Clements. And it's dated 1890. Here if this works. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of cool, man. Alright guys, back to another day of digging through hoarder boxes. I already started digging through some. I found this cool little box here. It's a little dark, but it seems to be a treasure box of old family photos. Pretty old. Actually has a date on it, 1918. So we will piece this family together here. We've been having I have a good time doing stuff like that, kind of seeing family lines and lineages. So we'll look into some more of this stuff right now. So in that box I found a lot of photo albums, documents, let's see, old newspaper clippings. And these are dated from early 1900s. So I know this is from about 1940. Got a letter here in 1941. Some very old photos. Now, this lady, I found out her name is Annie, and there's a pretty cool surprise for this one. I actually have one of her personal items, so that's pretty cool. But let me go through this photo album and you guys can check it out with me as I go along. So this particular box, this stuff came from my house in Seal Beach. The lady that passed away, she was the last of her family line. So none of this stuff or her items were passed down to anyone. There's no more family left. There's no more friends. Essentially, she just passed away and the county took her stuff and we ended up with it. So this is pretty much her family. This goes back to early 1800s, some of this stuff. I mean, you can see some of these photos. Some of these are even dated. They have writing on the back. This is from the 1900s. In this home, Lois M. Hide was born July 20th, 1900. So the Hide family is the family she came from. Her last name was a little different, but it was just, I believe her grandfather was the last Hide. And I believe that right there is Annie again. I'm not sure. You can't really tell in this photo, but from other photos I've seen of her, it looks like her. This one right here looks like some old farm, some old greenhouse. Try to get a better picture of that. Greenhouse of the, I can't read that. I can't read cursive so well. Hide in Park Place, Anderson, Indiana. Was taken by Thomas in something tonight is, oh, on the right, on to the right is the something. Yeah, I can't really read this so well. I can read cursive, but their handwriting back then was just a little more different. But this was taken before 1896, so obviously you can see the condition of this photo. So that's pretty amazing that this has survived in this lady's probably attic. I don't remember where exactly we found it, but I know it was in that house. Let's see. Now, okay, that's Annie for sure. Yeah, okay. Thomas Hide and Annie Clements Hide. Daughter Lois Hide, taken in Auburn, Indiana, on Brown Street. So someone had written over that, but right here is the original. That's very faint. Let me see if I can put some more light on it. Maybe you guys can see. Yeah, the lighting doesn't make a difference, but I'll just try to read it for you guys because I can barely read it. Our home, in Indiana on Pike, south of Anderson, taken September 1st, 1906. Thomas and Annie Hide Clements. Well, her maiden name was Clements, I believe. So that's Annie, their daughter Lois, and that's Thomas. I know Lois passed away at around 20 years old because I found some documents on that. I've been reading a little bit on this family based on just what I find, but I know that she only lived to be 20. Annie, I think, by 89 or something like that. I'm not sure about Thomas. He just kind of disappeared. I'm sure I'll find some more documents on him in these boxes, but look at that photo. It survived for such a long time. It's beautiful. So now, this is other album I found in there in that box. I'm not sure who made this scrapbook of albums. I would assume it'd be Annie. There's no real date on it. It doesn't say anything, but I think she was some kind of nurse. This is Mr. Dupree. It looks like these are her patients, Mr. Moore and Miss Kent. I didn't really piece this one together. I didn't see. This one says Esperanza patients. So this looks like some kind of burial, or this person died. I'm not sure. There's no info, no writing under these photos, but some of these photos there's some writings. Look at this. Some kind of farm. It's 1907. Oakmount United Presbyterian Church. This photo, 1857. Another looks like farmstead. I don't know. It's just crazy that these people are lost in history. This guy right here looks like Mr. Frank A. Dupuy. It says, my patient at Esperanza. So, I don't know if she was a nurse. There's definitely some really cool photos in here of the old world. I mean, look at this. How cool is that? This photo's so faded. This one says New Mexico. Little girl here with the donkey. These photo albums are just so cool. This is Pasadena. So, Pasadena, California. I wonder if this house is still standing. There's no address on here, so I wouldn't really know. This is class of 1910. I don't know. It's really interesting. I probably will post this on eBay for sale. I don't know if people really collect stuff like this, but I mean, look at this. Look at this novelty photo. This is Mary and Melvin? That's got to be from like a World Fair or something like that. I really hope these photos look good in the camera. I can't tell. But, I mean, look at this. California Hospital, LA, California, Los Angeles. California Hospital Grounds, LA, California. I wonder if that's even there anymore. Nurses Home, Annex, California Hospital. I just really wonder if these places are still around. hospital. Somewhere on the beach. Santa Fe Hospital, Los Angeles. I gotta look these up, see if they're still around. If you guys want to look it up, that'd be kind of cool too. This is the capital of Honolulu, it says right here. This is in Hawaii. This is some kind of like travel album. Waikiki Beach, Honolulu. This stuff is just cool. Look at this. Tower of Pisa. Rear of Cathedral. Look at that. Old world photo right there. And then this is taken from Tower of Pisa. The Colosseum of Rome. I mean, who knows when this was taken, but I don't think that looks like that anymore. I'm pretty sure this is all touristy area, and this is just amazing. This one says, a few of us. So I don't know who us is. That actually looks like Annie right there. That might be Annie. So this might be Annie's photo album here. Look at this. It says Cali House, San Jose. I'm assuming this is their house, or was. Something Canyon, 1914. Yeah, these old photos are just amazing. Look at this. Old hospital, Santa Fe Coastlines Hospital Association. These are the nurses. More photos. Near Baldy, 1914. Camp Estelle, Mount Baldy. A waterfall in the background. Trying to get the lighting right here. Just beautiful old photos. I like old photos, so that's just kind of some stuff I'm into. I know not everyone is, but it's kind of cool to take a peek in history of people's past lives, and they're not around anymore. To tell their stories. I'm not sure who this is, but she's like in her flight gear. Yeah. These are definitely Annie's old memories, probably. So I switched cameras here. Maybe this is a little bit better, but this is Annie, and Annie, that's Annie and Lois. So you can see on the back here, it says Annie Clements Hide and Lois M. Hide Reese. It's not really dated, but I do know I have an item that was Annie's, and I know it's hers because it says her name on the back. It's engraved. So this is her pocket watch, and it still works. I just gotta wind it up, but I just don't wind it up often or at all because I don't want to break it, because it is very vintage. It's old, but that is her name. Let's see if I can focus. This is Annie. Let's see if I can get a little closer up here. That is Annie M. Clements. It's dated 1890. Now, I'm assuming you had to be pretty wealthy to have something like this, because this doesn't look like it was cheap back in the day. It's American Waltham Watch Company. Obviously, this is made in America. I believe it's gold filled. You can see the jewels in there, but you see it still works if it wants to. I just don't want to wind it up too much. But I thought that was pretty cool. This pocket watch belonged to Annie here, and who knows when this photo was taken. I'm not even sure. Maybe she even had the pocket watch in her pocket at the time. But I thought that was pretty cool to have something like that from the past. You could connect a personal item to somebody that doesn't exist anymore, and the world has long forgotten about them. So now back to the Daughters of American Revolution I showed you in a previous photo album. looks like Miss Della Matilda Clements. This has to be a daughter or someone related to the Clements, related to Annie. Looks like she was accepted in June 9th of 1926. So the Clements family and the Hide family, their great-great-grandfathers at the time, probably would have been one or two great-grandfathers or grandparents, were founders of this country, actually. Apparently it's traced back to the Logans. So I do know there was a general, not in the Revolutionary War, but the Civil War. There was I believe John Logan. He was a general for the Union Army, and it goes back down to James Logan. Starts at 1902, but it also goes back to 1787, and so on and so forth. I didn't do too much. I mean, here's a military record of Alexander Logan. I'm assuming this is 1753, 74, 75. He was a captain of the militia, 1793. So it is kind of cool that the house that this came from, the lady that passed away, that she was the last of her lineage, basically. Her family was pretty much part of some of the founding fathers of this country. Founding daughters and sons. So yeah. So this is for the funeral for Annie Marie Hide, or Clements. I'm not sure why there's a Clements there and sometimes there's not, but it says she was born in September 23rd, 1861 in Pennsylvania, and she died 816 Larch Street, Inglewood, California in 1959. She was 97 years old. Now, the cool thing is, I have a photo of that house that they built. So this was taken before she died. She actually might be in this photo. Let's see if we can recognize her. That's got to be Annie right there on the right, in the white shirt on the porch. It says Inglewood, California, taken in 1910. So again, if you want, go on Google Maps, check this out. Larch Street, 800 block, or just put 816 Larch Street in Inglewood. House my father built in 1910. Now, that house isn't there anymore. I already looked. I thought it would have been pretty cool, but it looks nothing like this. This was before anyone even built around there. This photo right here is a little more recent, probably around the time that Annie passed away. This looks like it's the 50s, so she did pass away in 59. Actually, that car begs to differ. Maybe even the 30s, I don't know. But you can see the progress of the house from here. When it was first built, somewhat odd years later, you could kind of see a development around it. There's no houses, no light poles, nothing around. And this is probably the way it looked the last time before it was. I don't want to spoil the surprise. Go ahead, Google the address and see what it looks like now. But these are from Annie's funeral. So this is her coffin. So it's probably a cemetery somewhere in Inglewood. I haven't located that yet, but look at that, June 1959. Kind of cool to see stuff like that. The burial spot in full color. Definitely a lot has changed in that city. It does not look the way it used to look here. I just found this. I thought this was pretty cool. This is the, I would assume the deed for that house, that said house I just showed you. It's Della M. Clements owned it. So I don't know if that was Annie's daughter, mother. I don't know if it could be her mother, but yeah, this is definitely old. Agreement for the sale of real estate, January 28th, and that's 1921. So they may have sold it before, well, obviously since that's before Annie passed away, but I'm not sure who Della is. That might be her mother. Della M. Clements might be Annie's mom. But look at that, City of Inglewood, lot number 12. So her dad built that in 1910, so what, 11 years later they sold it. Look at that, $450. I don't know what that price is in that year, 1921, how much that dollar costs, but I'm sure that was a lot of money back then. And they sold it to a Bush, Henry M. Bush. So this is pretty cool. This is literally a deed, the deed to that house. I wonder if this holds any value at all, really. But that was really cool to find, to piece the house and the picture to this deed. So that was awesome. Anyways, moving on, let's go find some more cool stuff. Going through that particular box, I found a photo of Thomas Hide. This is taken around 1916 through 1918. And now this address is the cool part. 816 Large Street, and that's Inglewood, California. It just says, my father, Lois Hide Reese. So I believe that is the Lois that passed a little early on in her 20s. But take a look at that. There is nothing around. And if you know anything about Inglewood, California, that's not what it looks like. But go ahead and do something cool. Type in that address in Google Maps and get your mind blown, because it looks nothing like how it looked back in the day. I also found some cool yearbooks. 1919, I think the oldest I have is 1916. 1919 yearbook from Inglewood High School. Let's see, look at this. Green and white, 1919. Inglewood Union High School. That school is still there. Kind of looks the same. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So I don't know if this was, I haven't gone through this so much to where I could find the names. There has to be a Clements in here. It's probably one of the daughters, or I don't know. I just think it's really incredible. I love old yearbooks and athletics. Like, look at that. Look at this football team. I think Inglewood High was founded in like 1906, or built in 1906. So it wasn't that old when they went to the school here. I do know there's some famous alumni. Sonny Bono from Sonny and Cher. He went there in the 60s. I believe the drummer or the guitarist from Beach Boys, I forget his name, he went to Inglewood High also. So, I mean, this is pretty cool. I'll try to find a picture of one of the Clements that went to the school. Look at that. Just beautiful graphics. I mean, it's crazy. All these people just don't exist anymore. They're long and gone. They've definitely passed on, but it's kind of cool going through old yearbooks like this. Let me pop up the other one and see if there's anything cooler in there. Now, here's something really incredible I found. This, these letters do tie into that last family I was talking about. This guy says, great uncle to Lois Hide Reese. And his name is John M. Logan. Now, I was telling you guys earlier about the Logan family. They were in the military. They're some of the founding fathers of this country, or sons of the founding fathers. And I believe it's John A. Logan. He was a general. Now, get this. This letter is dated 1875. It says, Sierra Valley, January 21st. Dear sister, I can't read this. I tried reading it. But the cool part is, I know this letter is legit because look at that. There's a stamp there from Congress. It's embossed in the paper. So, Congress. So this man had to be something very important. And I did some research. I want to be a little more careful with this. It's signed, yours truly, V.A. Logan. Now I know John A. Logan the general for the Union Army, one of the generals, he would sign his name V.A. So this is actually historical paperwork here. I don't know. It looks like it's. I don't know who it's addressed to. Oh, his sister, dear sister. I could read that. 1875, right? So that's one of the letters I found. This one was from. This was from 1870. Also from Logan. So this is. I gotta be a little more. This is a little fragile. This is very, very old. See? I don't know if that's a J. J. Logan. Regardless, this is definitely the Logan family. So this is dated January 6th, 1870. And that is very amazing to find it in this condition. It was wrapped up in this envelope. Oh, it was post-stamp 1935. So I think it's her family from Pennsylvania sending paperwork and photos back and forth to them here in Los Angeles. This one here is another piece of paper. Oh, there's two. Yeah, I can't read these, but I should probably get these appraised. See, this is to Sadie L. Clements. So definitely they're trying to find their family lineage and genealogy and all that. But these two notes, I'm going to try to get appraised. I don't know if they're worth a lot, but it is definitely a piece of history. 1870, that's pretty wild to find something like that in that good of a condition. So I'll have to take a look into this stuff a little bit more. Alright, moving on to some other random stuff I found back there in the boxes. I believe this is Indian. I'm not sure. It's definitely solid wood, good woodwork. And it's some kind of... It's a little hard to do with one hand here. Look at that. Definitely some kind of cool blade. I don't see any maker's mark on here. Oh. It says India. I don't know if you can read that. But, oh, this is kind of cool, man. I don't know how you're supposed to hold this, probably like this. Looks like there's two of them. Oh, what the? Pitchfork someone with this, I have no idea, but this is kind of cool. I've never seen any of this before. Also says India. That's very, very old. Oh yeah, look at this. This is very straight wood. Wood and some brass, it looks like. It's definitely machined because it's got screws on it. I mean, machined screws, not the wood isn't machined. This looks like it's hand carved. But I thought that was pretty cool. That. I'm not sure how it goes in. But anyways, let's go to something else here. Oh my god, that pitchfork almost got me. I found some really cool switchblades. Now, I know you can't sell these on eBay. But, let's see here if this still works. Yeah, it still works. It's kind of cool. I did some research on this. It's some kind of German company. God, this thing does not want to focus. Craftsmanship on this. This is probably late 50s or something like that. Found this one too. This one's made in Italy. Cool little switchblade. Alright, moving on to the last two items I found for today. It looks like some kind of water jug, probably for like a construction site or maybe mining. I don't know, but this is cool. There's no... Oh, shit, I don't know what this is. Look at that. Looks like it was insulated. I don't know what year this could be from. Definitely for, I don't think it's like a camping thing. This is definitely for a working man, blue collar. Look at that. It had its maker's mark on here, some kind of sticker. Let's see if the tap works. Oh yeah, it still turns. I'm telling you guys, this old stuff, man, was made to last. This stuff is not a joke. This is real quality stuff here. I'll probably throw that up on eBay. Shipping cost might cost a little bit because it's a little heavy, but that is definitely a cool piece. The last thing I found, which I thought was really cool, obviously, you know, I love old photos. Look at this. World War II. It says on the back, first left, back row, Oscar Chesterfield. I did find some kind of documentation with this. This is on their way back from World War II. What's it? First back left. That's Oscar. You know, obviously he's not around anymore. A lot of these great men are probably not around anymore either. But they're playing the rough darts. That's just tough, man. That's cool. This is definitely a cool picture. I might keep this. I'm definitely not going to sell this one. This is definitely a cool piece. But anyways, hopefully we get a county house here so I can actually take a video of us digging through these county homes. They're pretty much hoarder homes. A lot of these people pass away with a bunch of stuff. So I'll make a video soon of going to one of those hoarder homes. So that should be pretty cool. So anyways, thanks guys.